Hello guys, it's Shaun Thomson here and welcome back to the 4th episode of our Project Daf 45 series. Now this is one of the lorries my dad started, well not one of, this is one of the exact same lorries he started his business with back in 2000, and obviously his 50th birthday is this year. What do you buy the man that has everything? I buy him a bit of shit that he doesn't want. Anyways, in the last episode we cut all the rust out. We're just waiting for plates to be delivered so we can start welding. Obviously we've had the windscreen removed, that is now no longer in there, so we can get into the top rust, which hopefully we'll be doing in this video. We're also doing a bit of chassis work as well. We've just changed the plates back over to the original ones, and we're taking off and grinding off and cutting off the old plates where the body was, and then we'll needle gun paint it all. And there's a lot to be done. I've taken all the interior out so we can redo the interior, and aye, good. Right, so we're down to our last plate. I might as well show you. Basically all we're doing is my ears are ringing. I've got these goggles, make me look a little bit of a, probably blur that word out, but if I close my eye you can see that wee scar. I don't know if you can see that on my eye. It's sore as fuck, it's still there, isn't it? Aye, that wee scar just there, I don't know if you can see that. That was from basically doing exactly this. So from there on I thought, no, safety squints don't do it anymore. I think safety squints protected my eye, but my eyelid hurts like hell, and I'd rather just wear glasses and be safe, but you know, it doesn't do well for me. But anyways, here's what we're doing. We're cutting through the bolt straight, and the reason for that is I don't want to be coming up under it. I can come up under it, but it means I'm like sitting on the ground, whereas if I just cut them in half, as you can see, grind down so far, that bit will pop off there and lie on the ground. Probably shouldn't touch it, it's probably roasting. And then get a new disc and cut through the rest, and then the bolt's off. It's maybe not how you would do it, but it's how I'm doing it. It just, I don't know, it just seems easier. Right, then from there, as you can see, plate should just come off. Beautiful, and then fire the bolts through. Leave them for about 5 minutes to cool down. Job's a good one. Let's see just how many discs that took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this one's cracked. It's quite weak, can't use that one. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of discs. But anyways, that is that done. We'll go have a wee break because I'm rattling for all the rattles, but she looks a lot cleaner now that those brackets are off, that's for sure. A step in the right. Alright, so we got the front panel off there. I'm not going to lie to you, the boys that done their windscreen had done it anyways. All I had to do was drill this bolt out, so I'm going to quickly continue drilling that, and then we'll have to re-tap it unfortunately. Although it looks like it might be one of the fucking gun hangs, which would be good. We redo that, and then we'll just start taking some panels off. Because today I want to be treating stuff like this, checking for any more rust. I've got a funny feeling we might have a wee problem in here, so I want to get into that and see what needs done, and just kind of expose as much of the rust as I can, so I know what I'm fixing at the end of the day. So I've got a funny feeling we need to do a bit of grinding on a couple of these bolts. In fact, that one doesn't even look as if it's part of it. But anyways, that's today's plan. And another thing I want to do in this video is sort this. There's so many holes. Right, so far pretty much everything is rusty crusty. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. No. Stop breaking. I just keep finding rust in this thing, man. When does it stop? This is going to be upsetting, boys. this new rust hole. Oh fuck. I know there's probably some folk asking why I'm doing this, but remember, in life things have to get worse before they get better. Oh. Jesus. That is a sizable hole to repair. Sizable hole. Oh, and it goes right the way up there. Tip it there. Right, so it's a bit of bittersweet, obviously. Today we're finding rust, right? And now I've found some more rust, okay? I'm finding a lot of rust. There's a lot of rust. But the good news is, one of two things. My new toolkit arrived. I'm going to try and keep that all like that and not like my current toolkit, which is like that. But I've just had an email through from Reg Transfers, if I can get it up here. Only I could buy a Daf for 800 quid and get a £750 Reggie with it. Look at that. So of my registration R9, oh, I've just binned it. Right, I've got it back at the bin. There we go. R9 YMP for £899, which will give me a return figure of 750 quid. I have bought that Daf for 50 quid, essentially. 50 quid that cost me. 50 quid for that Daf. I mean, you know what I mean, but 50 quid? I cannot believe that. 50 quid this has essentially cost me. Because we didn't get scrap value in the box. If I'd sold the box, we'd have made money on this before we ploughed money into it. But anyways, let's sort this rust. I've got a feeling I'll just cut that out and weld a new plate in there. And then drill that through and mount it and all that jazz. Because aye. Oh, stop coming off. Oh, that's why I wanted the window out though, because at the end of the day, if I'm going this far and actually doing rust repair, I might as well do it properly. Otherwise, I'll be back here in 5 years' time and I'll be doing it again. So, might as well do it now, then do it later. But I'm going to go and get my wee screwdriver of doom. Don't know why I decided to call it that there, but my wee screwdriver, and just absolutely melt it and hope for the best. I think my screwdriver... Oh my god, the cab started tilting there. I thought the screwdriver was in here, but it's not. It's half tilted. Aye, good eye. Love rust. Like Keith just showing off using my loader this week. Look at that. That's what the Daf's going to look like in a minute. About 5 minutes, look. That's what the Daf will look like. Solid. Alright, good. Oh, right, okay, we get wire brush out. And she is looking a wee bit worse for wear. That kind of stuff's alright. Obviously we've got that hole cut out there. That's pretty much solid there and there. And that pocket isn't actually connected to this rusty bit. It's connected to the back bit, which is solid. And that is relatively solid. So we'll just weld a plate over that. And that will be a wee bit more solid. A couple of holes to address here. Now the main issue, we have a hole here, and a hole here. So we're going to keep wire brushing, see what we find. And aye. Alright, so our shed's a wee bit crustier than we thought when it comes to up the top, but what we're going to do now is we're going to go and oxidise paint it, and the reason we're doing that is I'm going to oxidise it, fill in the kind of rough spots, get it all flat, and then of course I'll come back with a brush out where I'm welding, and then weld. But I don't know if I'll be welding today, tomorrow, next week, so that way it kind of stops it from growing. Alright, while we're still waiting on steel, what I've done is I've body filled, not the holes, I have body filled basically all the wee ruts. We'll sand that down, and then when it comes to the holes we'll cut out and weld. But that is just so that, obviously, if I don't touch it for, you know, a week or so, it shouldn't get any worse. Same up here, obviously as you can see, all filled in, and we've left the holes. Stopped at the holes, stopped at the holes, stopped at the holes. That one, I filled in, but I'll pop that through and weld it. I need a wee plate there. Same with this, I'll probably cut that and weld a plate, maybe like an L-shaped bracket. And then aye. One of the things that someone said to me was fiberglass repair. I don't know about fiberglass repair. Because at the end of the day, I feel like this is a structural point, but it's not as if it's like all buggered. Like it's only really there, and there, and there, and there. It's all passenger side in there. That bit's easy, that's a plate weld. But my worry is, I'm not going to be able to weld a plate nicely up here. So maybe I will fiberglass those just purely for looks, more than anything. Because I know fine well, I know what my welding skills are like. This is what this guy done for us. I know that. Turn the music off. So my welding abilities are similar to the man I bought this from now. That's still looking quite bad, but we still need to brush that down, paint it, treat it all, but it's all looking nice. I don't want to leave this too long. I don't want the rust eating back into it. But that's pretty much my standard of weld patches, is it'll be very much on top. So I need to sand that down and fix that, because that is obviously a point in the lorry. You'll see obviously the patch is all under here. It is what it is. Like technically this, if I sell that Reggie, this has cost me 50 quid, do you know what I mean? I can't grumble, but I know fine well when it comes to me welding that it's going to be all spatty and it's going to be higher than the profile of this bit here. So I might fiberglass it just for obviously the viewpoints that people are going to see. Obviously under there I'll weld, no bother, because it's plates. I've done it a million times. I've done it in the Mazda. Weld a plate, weld a plate. I'll need to do like an L-shaped plate in there. And aye, if it looks ugly, it doesn't matter, because nobody it shows is going to tilt the cab, I'd hope. But aye, that's the plan anyways. But I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to bed. I'm going to go home, get food, blah blah blah. See, she's due away any day now. And aye, pretty much it. But I want to get this done ASAP. I'm still waiting for my steel. I want to get this done ASAP so I can get the window back in. I just don't like having the window out. I don't want all the electricals getting wet. That's why I've left it tipped. So if it does rain, in here's nice and dry-ish. But I'll show you another thing. I know I've talked a lot. I treated myself. Oh no, I showed you. I showed you. Ho 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 ho. That is textual. Anyways. Alright, in true ADHD fashion. Basically, been doing pallets all day. And now we're coming back. Now, normally, you know, you'd come back and you'd start off where you left off last night. Not me. This morning, we went and got a new compressor. Last one was toast. It was a motor one, 200 litre. It was a lovely one, but she's officially done. Anyways, today we started wire brushing and, of course, using the needle gun on the chassis. She came up quite nice. Obviously, this side will be sandwiched by a body. Still going to flatten her off a wee bit. And then, of course, level all that, because we'll be able to see this bit and that bit from side on, because obviously the body will just sit there. But I've done that, and now that the fiberglass stuff has just arrived, I needed new hardener. We're going to go ahead and fill the holes. Now, I know there's probably a lot of body shop people watching this. Maybe, in fact, that was a bit presumptuous. There might be a few body shop people watching this, but I just know where I go. I know my limits of welding, and it'll just look so much nicer fiberglassed. And it's not really a structural part, right? Essentially. Oh yes, the liver wee stage. That'll be the next stage, and then the next stage, and then so on and so forth. But I just wanted to see how it come out. More so just as a bit of motivation. So that I'm doing all this bit. This will be the hardest bit. I can look back and say, but that's what it'll look like. Not really, I just have ADHD and I can't stick to one task. Just potter about. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Alright, my hands are all shaking, but we are getting there. Obviously right now all we're doing is needle gunning, and then we'll go over with the wire brush and slowly work our way down there. To be fair, all I really want to do is roughly to here anyways, probably to that cross member, because everything after here is not too bad. There is a wee bit, but not bad at all. The problem is, because this is where the horse box was, and horse pee or horse piss, or whatever you call it, is corrosive. That is why this is in such bad shape for 98,000 kilometres. But we'll needle gun it all back, and like I said, once I get it to about here, then we won't really need to needle gun. Still a wee bit of needle gunning, but aye, not as heavy duty. We can maybe change it back to the needles rather than what I'm using right now, which is the chisel, because I just need to get all the big chunks off. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. But aye, it's very boring so far. It's just, look how well that cleaned up. Anyways, back to needle gunning. Well, it's not rain today. God knows what work we're gonna get done. It's not looking good, bruv. Right, it's about dark. We're back at Cut Center now. It's still pissing the rain, and I don't want to sit about and do nothing. So what I've done is I took these home. They got as clean as I could. They look not bad. There's still some stains in places, but not so easy to see. But anyways, as you remember, the cloth fell off them, like here, all fell off it. So what I've done is I've restuck it. Hopefully it works, because I want to keep it as original as possible. I could go get it refelt it, I could go get the seats redone, but I want it to look as original as possible. And obviously, you might get a close match, but you're not going to get a match, most probably. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish off, stick the headline and all that. I'm not going to show you, it's pure boring. It's just spraying some self-adhesive and putting it down. But that's what we're going to do, and then hopefully the rain should go off, because we've got bigger problems to be sorting than just headlinings. Change of plan. We're heading to Trim Logic, and aye, we're going to see if they can redo them. I was looking at the seats and all that as well. I'm just fighting a losing battle. I can't get it quite to stretch or to fit. It's all becoming a bit of a problem. Before we do that, I don't want to give up yet. I've got another idea. I need to, well, it's raining, I suppose, there's nothing I can do, so I might as well work inside. We have this old fabric. I can't make a headline out of that, can I? It's too thin. By the way, see if that looks as good as what it does now. That's my first time. I mean, it's not perfect, but might be good enough. Been delivering pallets all day, working on the headlining, and all it's done is just rain. I need to dry up so that I can get into it, and I can't move it into shelter because then my dad will see it. I'm not going to lie to you, we've got the wee mould line there, we've got the wee mould line there. Obviously there's a big tray that goes here, which is why I'm not too worried about these wrinkles. But I'd say that's it's not too bad. I wish I'd put that right down the middle. That would have looked nice, but I didn't. But I don't know. I'd say it's not bad for our first attempt. Well, today hasn't been as productive as I would have hoped. We've still got plenty of time left in the day, to be fair. Well, it's 4 o'clock. I have hot these with penetrating oil this morning. What was that, about 5 hours ago now? And I just tried to take them off with the bar. That's obviously a bit of an extension, and I ripped the top of her clean off. Obviously the impact gun's doing nothing, so hit them with more penetrating oil, maybe leave it 24 hours and hope we can get these off. Otherwise I don't really know what our options are, to be honest. Not a mechanic. Alright, still has been delivered, and we're on to fixing the floor pan now. I've still to cut that bit out. I just want to see how this goes first. That's not that bad, to be fair. It's only just really an elongated hole that the seat obviously goes through, and just with the seat being there, I'd rather it was strong, so I'm going to weld a washer on here and here. Bear in mind, I'm not a fabricator, I'm not a welder. I know there's probably people cringing, especially if Porter's watching this. But aye, steel has been arrived. I didn't have a pen, so I just put a block of wood on it. That was my measurement. And aye, so we're just going to cut this out now and then hopefully weld it in.